So what's up everyone, Athletic Thumbs here. I know I've been MIA for a little bit. Of course felt under the weather, as you can tell by my voice. But I'm back with a new video discussing, not really discussing, I'm ranking the asymmetrical horror games. Now, a lot of people say, well, there's only 3. Dead by Daylight, Last Year the Nightmare, and Friday the 13th. There's actually a lot more than that. There's Paralysis, Soul Estate, Blackout is very similar. You have Evolve, and of course Horror Legends. And that's just to name a few. There's even more than that out there. And of course we also have Hide or Die coming out. So there are quite a bit of asymmetrical horror games. What I want to do is rank only the 3 best. So that is going to be Dead by Daylight, Last Year Nightmare, and Friday the 13th. So I'm going to discuss which one is the best, which one is the worst, and which one is right there in the middle. If you've seen most of my videos, you probably maybe know how this is going to go, but maybe you don't. So we're going to start off with the worst out of the 3. Doesn't mean it's the worst asymmetrical horror game, and that's going to be Dead by Daylight. Now I know Dead by Daylight's had probably over 5,000 hours played by most people. This is one of the most popular asymmetrical horror games, to be honest, at least when it comes to playtime. But in my personal opinion, the reason why it ranks the lowest could be the fact that it's also the first. Most of the time when a game comes out, someone always finds a way to take the idea and of course enhance it, make things better. That's what Friday the 13th and of course Last Year the Nightmare did to Dead by Daylight. But Dead by Daylight of course was the first. Always got to give them kudos for that. My only issue with Dead by Daylight and why it ranks so low is because nothing's changed in the game. Of course they always say if it ain't broke don't fix it. True. But sometimes you do need to enhance it. I do wish they had extra content. And I'm not talking new killers and new survivors. Obviously, they do that a lot. Maybe a different way to escape. Yes, we're fixing generators, but why not fix a car? Or fix something completely different? Maybe just a new game mode in itself. Now, I'm not saying the game's bad at all. I just want something new from it. And I think it could possibly go up in the ranks of asymmetrical horror games. But for now, it's stuck at number 3. So now we're going into number 2. Well, if you've heard me talk about it a lot lately, you're probably going to guess this, and that's Last Year the Nightmare. The only reason why it's not number 1, honestly, is probably because I haven't played it enough, and there's other reasons for my number 1. But Last Year the Nightmare took everything that a lot of other asymmetrical horror games did right and improved it. It also took what they did wrong and improved that. What it improved upon with Dead by Daylight, of course, is fixing other things. While the premise stays the same, it's always different. And that's what I love about Last Year the Nightmare. Of course, I also love the fact that if you do die, you can come back. And not come back in a Tommy Jarvis sense, but come back no matter what. You can even come back with still your crafting points that you had. This is where they took that premise from Left 4 Dead, and I really enjoy that in this game. While Last Year the Nightmare's killers to me aren't my favorite, there's only one that I like, I think this game has a really bright future. It could possibly outshine most of the asymmetrical horror games we have now. In my eyes, it already has. So now I'll move on to number 1, and of course, that is going to be Friday the 13th. I love Jason Voorhees as a killer, as a character, as a film series. Friday the 13th is my favorite. There's so much nostalgia in my life for that series, so of course when they made a game, I jumped on it. I was a backer for it and I wanted everything to do with it. Granted, I don't believe that all of us backers were treated fairly. I am excited that the game was released, and it was, and still is, my favorite game to play. How this game improved upon Dead by Daylight is you're able to attack your killer, Jason Voorhees. You're also able to fix other items, like a vehicle, a boat, or call the cops, or just escape by actually killing him. And the way you had to kill Jason Voorhees was something straight out of the films. Who could beat that? What this game also did that Last Year Nightmare is trying to replicate is the attacking sense of it. Now, killing him is a totally different subject, and I think that's what makes this game so much better than the rest. It takes a lot of strategy to kill Jason Voorhees. I think what makes all 3 of these games so great though is the fact that you have to work as a team in order to survive. Personally, I feel like Last Year the Nightmare and Friday the 13th are more so that, whereas Dead by Daylight, many times I've escaped by working alone. Now, it's not to say that any multiplayer game that you play is asymmetrical. Obviously, you work as a team, you're going to survive. But there's just so much more to it than that. Being able to communicate in these games is key to having the best time when you play it. That's what these games were meant for. Well, that is my opinion, and remember, my opinion, on which games, if I had to rank them, are my favorite. So I want to know yours. Dead by Daylight could be your favorite, and that's great. Or it could be Last Year the Nightmare, the brand new game, could be your favorite over them all. And Friday 13th may be your least likely favorite. Either way, let me know all this in the comments below. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, as always, do me a huge favor, give it a thumbs up. And of course, don't forget to subscribe. Until next time.